So this pretty funny thing happened where Hasan attempts to call out Asmongold and basically also attempts to call out the gaming community, except he really should not have interjected himself in this discussion because his take is just wrong. So let's take a look at what happened. Let's get the context. So about a week ago, Asmongold was talking about the whole like gaming and government and politico situation over on Twitter. Anar Saldane tweeting out a clip of Asmon's video and adding this text that you can see on the tweet. And then I guess Hasan found it and got all offended by it and went on to say all of this.
Nobody gives a f in the grand scheme of things. Nobody cares about gamers. If you think that there's this level of interest in the government oppressing gamers, you are out of your mind. I don't know what to tell you. I cannot believe that this is like actual commentary on the realm of politics. And it's getting a lot of motion. It's 700,000 views.
Oh my gosh, guys, I can't believe this discussion's getting attention in the realm of politics, you know, as if politics is some like prestigious thing. What a freaking joke, man. Political commentary tends to be some of the most brain-rotted stuff that you can possibly find on the internet, first of all. And I think any political commentator who has even a shred of self-awareness would even agree with that assessment. But okay, anyways, let's go back to the rest of the discussion where he's talking about, like, the government wouldn't be interested in gaming. Because as it turns out, like I mentioned, Hasan is wrong. For example, even just a year ago on January 2024, this report was published by the United States Government Accountability Office titled Countering Violent Extremism, and going on to say the FBI and DHS need strategies and goals for sharing threat information with social media and gaming companies. In the nearly 40-page document, they go on to claim that extremism is occurring in video games, amongst other things, and go on to cite examples such as people recreating a violent mass tragedies in games like Roblox. And look, I'm not here to debate if you think that's a good claim or not, if you think that's a big deal or not. What I'm simply showing here is that yes, the US government has shown an interest in gamers and the gaming community, and done their own investigations into gaming, which also includes in the document things such as Twitch streaming. And so ultimately this document from the Government Accountability Office, which is an agency in the legislative branch of the government, essentially attempts to compel the FBI and DHS to take some kind of action against various gaming companies and social media platforms. You might also find this section interesting, where they talk about the DHS funding a game to combat violent extremism online, saying, one expert told us about games designed with radicalization prevention in mind, such as games that teach people how to identify misinformation. For example, Middlebury College's Center on Terrorism, Extremism, and Counterterrorism received a grant from DHS to design a simulation game and curriculum to build resilience among adolescent internet users who may be exposed to violent extremism online. However, one expert said it's difficult to incorporate counter-radicalization concepts into larger commercially available games, such as FPS games. As a result, it's not clear how successful or scalable this strategy is, the expert said. Those are just a few examples. Back in 2024, there were also claims that the US government was spending millions of dollars to invest in the Ukrainian video game industry as a way of combating Russian disinformation. Other previous reports also claimed the US government spent over $250,000 on a quote-unquote counter-disinformation game titled Cat Park. Once again, these are just a few examples, but still, the point is very clear. Back on Twitter, another user responds to Hasan's claims by pointing out this whole like Anita Feminist Frequency UN Women's Group speech thing or whatever that was about from like 9 years ago. But that whole UN thing aside, we've also got multiple examples of the US government showing an interest in gaming. Like I said earlier, I think you get the point, so we'll leave it there. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. As always, thank you for tuning in, and if you enjoyed the coverage, please consider liking and or subscribing. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.